It's time for Sunrise with Jesus. Today's Sunrise is sponsored by Sons.Training. Monday, November 5th, 2017. And now, be blessed by today's rise.
I remember joining the church when I was little, and growing up, I was always a church attendee, but I never really knew God. And being a Christian and not really knowing God, you can be caught up in just the rituals of church. I came to this place where I really was looking at, did I come to Jesus because that was what I was raised in? Was that something that was my decision because I knew Jesus Christ was Lord and King? And a lot of people would think that, okay, you were brought up Christian, so what's your problem? And I really didn't think I had a testimony. But that in itself, the fact that God, even through my being religious, came to see about me and made himself known to me. And when I truly gave my life to Jesus, it was because he had proven on several occasions that he loved me. Not just because my mom told me that he loved me, not just because the pastor told me that he loved me, but because I had come to him ugly, came to him the only way that I knew how, and as real and as raw as I knew how to be, and said, God, I need you to love me. I need to hear you say that you love me. And he did that in many different ways and in many different seasons in my life. Every time that I've ever looked for him, every time that I've ever asked him specific questions, not just random stuff, but things that I would read in the Word that even I would write a question mark next to, and he would answer them specifically. And I knew that he was not just my mom's God. He wasn't just somebody that I had read about in a book, but he actually knew me. In fact, he knew me before I even knew me. I remember one time I was sitting before the Lord, because I remember somebody saying, just sit before the Lord. Don't say anything, just sit before the Lord. I felt so ridiculous, but I did it. And I remember sitting there for like about 20 minutes, I think it was, and nothing happened. And I was so upset. And I just said, you know what? This is ridiculous. This is stupid. I'm done. See ya. I'm out. And it was so funny because the very next day, I think I was about 21 years old. And the very next day I was at work, and he, out of nowhere, told me something that I didn't know, because I didn't know that I didn't know who Heather was. And he specifically said, I'll never forget it. He said, Heather, you live in a spotlight. And by that, he meant that I always lived by what I thought I wanted other people to see of me. I always lived like I was on a stage, like I was the star in a movie or in a play. And it was so funny because I did not know who Heather was until that moment. And all of a sudden, I saw me through his eyes. And I just started to sob. Right in the middle of work, just started to cry, to sob. And I realized this God is real and he knows me. And so if he knows me so well that he had to explain who I was to me, he can tell me anything. And so that's my personal testimony with Jesus Christ. And my name is Heather Blair, and I have been redeemed by the blood of Jesus Christ. And remember to always have your sunrise with Jesus.
If you enjoyed today's sunrise, continue to rise with us by following our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Sunrise with Jesus. And lastly, visit our website, www.sunrisewithjesus.com. Sunrise with Jesus, as faithful as the sun.
I think that was it.